protect the data. So encryption is always is related to protecting the data, and none of the options given here like MAC, CASB, SOAR are related to protecting the data. So that would be SED.
There you go. Yeah,
Yep.
okay, that makes sense. All right. Oh yeah, I see your.
Okay, so what question are we on?
28.
28. Okay, you guys are busy.
I've got the last. Yeah, I have got the
A
last
company
right.
a company would like to protect. Oh, good stuff, dude. You got the last three right?
Uh, yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, I thought we only went through two. Yeah, we went through three. Yeah.
A company would like to protect the data stored on laptops used
Oh,
in the
yeah.
field. Which of the following would be the best choice for this requirement? Okay, so Mac is media access control. Said
It's mandatory
whoa.
access control.
Mandatory access control. My bad. Said I forget. Said it's something about like encryption or yeah, something like that, right, King?
SED,
Mm-hmm.
self-encrypting drives.
Right. And then CASB is Cloud Access Security Broker. SOAR is System Security Orchestration Automation Response.
Yep.
Okay.
So which one would it be? Banana answered, by the way.
Yeah, I already picked. We already went. Yeah.
Oh, you already answered this, Banana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me answer it then. A company would like to protect the data stored on laptops used in the field. Used in the field. What is going to be the best choice for this requirement? This should be in the field.
Don't confuse it.
Cloud, SOAR,
It's
no,
very easy.
SID, Mac. I know it's either A or B.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, are you saying it's A?
No.
Okay, you're
It's
saying it's B. All right,
B.
it's B.
Yeah.
Yeah, mini X. Okay, cool. So self-encrypting drives provides data protection of storage device using full disk encryption in the drive hardware. Okay.
Yep. And just for additional information, self-encrypting drives are hardware-based encryption. So, which means that even the laptop, even the SSD or say the hard drive is stolen from the laptop, they still need the decryption key in order to brute force and I mean, in order to decrypt the file.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Oh, yeah, I'll read this one, I guess, because he's been reading the other ones. All right. A file server has full backup performed each Monday at 1 a.m. Incremental backups are performed at 1 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The system administrator needs to perform a full recovery of the file server on Thursday afternoon. How many backup sets would be required to complete the recovery?
I got the answer.
Yeah, I think I also have the answer in this.
So, yeah, I know what this one is, but let's break it down. So, a file server is a full backup performed each Monday at 1 a.m. Okay, 1 a.m. Incremental backups are performed at 1 a.m. on Tuesday. That's when it starts. So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The system admin needs to perform a full recovery of the file server on Thursday afternoon. How many backup sets would be required to complete the recovery? So we'll just count from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. No. Thursday.
No, Friday wouldn't count.
So it
It's
starts on
just
it starts on Monday,
yeah.
and it goes till Thursday. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So Friday is when the backup set would be completed for the recovery. Correct?
Yeah, that's given on the question though, but not asked on the like it's given as just additional information, but it is not asked on the question.
Would
But
you elaborate?
No, like they have just given us an additional information for choosing our answer Friday. The we don't need to add Friday.
Oh, we don't.
Yeah.
So okay, so huh?
Do you want me to go ahead and elaborate and just say the answer?
Yeah, please. I know it's 4.
Yeah, it's four.
Yeah.
So what they are so incremental backups or the backups of only the changes that you have made during that day. Okay, so a full backup is like taking the backup of an entire system. So on Monday, you take the backup of the entire system. Okay, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're taking the incremental backup. So which means you're just backing up the changes made on Tuesday, you're backing up the changes made on Wednesday, you're backing up the changes made on Thursday, and you're backing up the changes made on Friday. So here the system admin actually needs to perform a full recovery file server on the Thursday afternoon. So that's the keyword here. So, in order to just perform the recovery, what you need to first do is that you need to recover the full backup, which is it was taken on Monday, and top of that, you would recover the backups on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but not on Friday because they have only asked for Thursday afternoon. If you have to recover, I mean, you have to recover from one of the backups. You like the Friday backup has not yet been taken.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's yeah. What I did was I just right. It happened on Thursday. Friday's irrelevant. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday afternoon. We'll just assume that's past one, so that's four.
Okay,
Yep.
we can have
The
Kim read
next
this one.
question.
Here.
The next question is gonna confuse everyone. I dare you. Okay, the company is creating a security policy that will protect all the corporate mobile devices. The mobile devices must be automatically locked after a predefined time period. Some mobile devices will be used by the remote sales team, so the location of each device needs to be traceable. All of the user's information should be completely separated from the company data. Which of the following would be the best way? So it's not a multiple correct answer question, it's just a single correct answer question to establish these security policy rules. We just gotta choose one.
Okay. I gotta reread that. Oh, okay. Locked after. Hmm.
Like the correct answer may be like you may be confused with four different correct answers. So yeah.
Okay.
So containerization has everything to do with an isolated virtualization. Biometrics is um,
No, shortly, containerization we can also use in the mobile as well.
um,
Okay. Well,
okay,
I think
okay,
I
that's
Yeah.
fine. No, well,
Yep.
regardless, I don't remember what COPE is. I know VDI is virtual
Uh,
desktop
Scope is
interface.
company owned, personally enabled. So which means that company owns a mobile device, but you can use it for your personal purpose as well as the business purpose.
Okay. Geofencing, and then MDM is mobile device manager. And
Yeah.
from what I know about mobile device manager, you're able to set the security policy. You're
Yeah.
able to basically do everything that we're trying to establish right now within the security policy rules. So this answer would be F.
All right. Well, I don't. I think you're wrong. I think it's containerization because basically all that makes sense to be containerization. Right? They got to be locked after a predefined time period. Okay, they can all be in one container, right? Then, right, you take another container, right? You put some of those in that container, and that container is the one that has the accessible location data.
Nah, if you're doing a containerization, it has nothing to do with the location of the device. Location of the
Well,
device has
don't you
to
only want some? Isn't it saying it only wants some of the devices to be traceable?
no, don't get too literal. That's
So
All right,
that's way too depth.
the important thing here is we're creating a security policy, right? Containerizations,
yeah.
from what I don't think containerizations create security policy. It may be affiliated with um, maybe some features within security for mobile devices, but it's not creating security policies from my knowledge. But MDM can and it will.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
didn't know what MDM was, but
Okay, so can you explain why it's not COPE and VDI? Because
yeah,
VDI
yeah,
stands
please.
for
I forget what code.
um no, like someone can give why it's not COPE or why it is not VDI.
I don't know either, so I couldn't. Wait, you said
Uh
virtual desktop interface though? Is that what you said VDI is?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what it is.
it's virtual desktop infrastructure.
Oh,
Oh, infrastructure.
infrastructure.
Yeah, from the mobile perspective, it's a uh virtual desktop infrastructure. When you talk about the virtual machines, it's virtual disk image.
Could you explain the cope first though, like more in depth?
Yeah. Yeah. So COPE stands for company owned and personally enabled. So which means that company first buys a mobile device. So they configure it in such a way that containerization is built in with that device. So and then they will give you contract with the mobile device. So which means that you could use the mobile device for your own personal purposes as well, in which the company will not involve. And you can also use it for the business data in which the company will get a transparency of what you are doing. So that's what COPE stands for. And when you are using the company data, I guess they can track the location of each device when you're using the company data. But when you're using the personal data, I think they cannot track the location. So the user's information will be completely separated from the company data, and it they can configure the device to automatically be logged out after a predefined time period, but since it's personally enabled, I think the first option would not come under COPE. And VDA stands for virtual disk infrastructure, virtual desktop infrastructure, or virtual disk infrastructure. uh, VDA also stands for VMI, virtual mobile infrastructure, I guess. So what it does is that, so let's say, for example, everyone in the company is using different phones, different models, different OS, and all that stuff. So it would be very complex for the developer to configure, to provide a set of rules, or let's say he has to implement a set of security policies for each and every version of the phone, for each and every company brand model of the phone, like that. So it would be a hectic for the developer. So what he does is that there's something called the virtual desktop infrastructure, which means that it is literally like the cloud, but not exactly the cloud. What they can do is that the employees of the organization can use that VDI, and VDI is similar to containerization, but it is not. So developers can write just one code and push it to VDI, and that one security policy will be applicable to all the different devices the employees are owning. So that's what VDI is literally.
Okay, so it acts like as in like some sort of back end
Yeah,
implementation
yeah,
feature. Okay,
just like,
it's like Terraform.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, cool. Alrighty,
Yeah,
All right,
that's perfect. Let's see the answer.
MDM.
it's MDM.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
and did you want to read that, banana?
sure. Let's see. Ah, so it requires an MDM, and it won't allow and address all the security. Okay, yeah. So that's basically what you said. That it won't address all those security policies because it can't. You know. So, all right, whatever.
Okay, banana, you
All right.
wanna go for it?
Yeah. Okay. So a security engineer runs a monthly vulnerability scan. The scan doesn't list any vulnerabilities for Windows servers, but a significant vulnerability was announced last week, and none of the servers are patched yet. Which of the following best describes this result?
Right.
Uh, okay. Well, I think I know what it is.
I discussed this question
You
with
got this. You
Chocolate.
got this.
Yeah.
How should I
Yeah.
just say what I think it is?
Yeah. Say what you think it is and why.
Okay, well, I think it's a 0-day attack. I
Okay.
swear if I could just.
Well, why do you think it's a 0-day attack?
Okay, because so the scan doesn't list any vulnerabilities, but the
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability was just announced, and when a
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability is just announced, that's what a 0 day is.
Very similar. Correct. I hear you. It's very similar. But no, so
Fuck.
let's uh it's okay.
Yeah, as
Um
I guess most majority of the people who answer this question would say just fuck. Yeah.
So the 0-day attack is, yeah, although it is similar in with this question, it isn't the answer simply because 0-day attack, everyone's gonna know about it. What's happening with this issue here is that the vulnerability scan isn't even picking it up, so we can already rule that the 0-day attack isn't even remotely valid because. With the 0 attack, we would know, we would see it, whether it's from someone or with that vulnerability scan, right? So, yeah, we can already roll that out. Exploit is like, finding an exploit within a system. There's nothing indicating here that it is an exploit problem. Credentialed, I'll let King kind of go in depth with that a little bit, but as for false negative has everything to do with this question here. False negative is basically where your vulnerability scanner is running, but it's not picking up any 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 vulnerabilities that are actually there, right? So it's there, it's just it's not picking it up. So that's a false
Yeah,
negative.
and yeah, and moreover, if you look at the answer they have given, they just simply say it's just a vulnerability scan, bro. It's not an attack. We are not talking about any type of attack here. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
a
see, that's what I
scan.
should have realized with the giveaway. That wasn't an
Yeah,
attack.
yeah, they just simply put it that way.
Okay.
Uh,
What about can you, yeah, go in depth with the credentialed?
Me?
Yeah, unless you don't want
Well,
to.
yeah, like credential scan is something that you would be authenticated to the operating system, which means that a security admin wants to do a credential the vulnerability scan. So what he does is that he gives their login credentials. Say
Oh
they
yeah,
log
this is
on to
what.
the system, and then they do the scan. So which means that you have access to all the internal files, all the local user accounts, all the files on the system. So you would get to know in depth of each and every one of the thing which is present in the computer.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
good.
you talked about that earlier. Remember, because we were
Yeah,
talking about a third party company ran a
yeah.
non-credential
We were
scan.
talking about
Okay.
the non-credential vulnerability scan, so I explained that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so to put it nicely, a false negative is a result that fails to detect an issue when one actually exists. So it's there, it's just the vulnerability isn't
Yeah,
picking it up.
yeah. I kind of fucked up because I wasn't really paying attention to that. Well, I mean, whatever.
No, I mean, but
I got
it's
it.
very similar. Look, a
Yeah,
zero-day
yeah.
attack focuses on previously unknown vulnerabilities. In this example, the vulnerability
Sharply, I
scan.
just have a like doubt. So I just like broke it down from my perspective. I just broke it down like this. True positive is something that a vulnerability is there and it detects the vulnerability. True negative is that the vulnerability is there, but it fails to detect. False positive is the place where like the vulnerability does not exist, but it gives you a false error. I think false negative is something that you neither the vulnerability exists nor you get an alert that vulnerability exists. That should actually be false negative, right? From I just telling from my perspective, not I don't know if I'm correct or wrong, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I it's saying here a false negative is a result that fails to detect an issue when one actually exists. You could be right, you could very well be right, but as we know with CompTIA, there's a certain way they want you to look at these questions. I mean, a lot of these questions are they're like two or more correct answers within these questions sometimes, right? We've seen it already. Banana, right? There are some questions where like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, both these could be right. Well, we can make every excuse in the world how they're both right, but there's always one that is ultimately right. And in this sense, although your analysis is true or at least does make sense, CompTIA doesn't want you to think that way. CompTIA wants you to think of it differently, and so you must see a false negative as simply as a result that fails to detect something, even though it's there, even though it actually is there. That's as simple as that.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's go to question number 32.
Okay, I'll go
Okay.
ahead and read this one. A security admin is adding additional authentication controls to the existing infrastructure. Which of the following should be added by the security admin? Select two. Now, do you know what TOTP is? Banana?
You know?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. No.
Okay.
So TOTP basically is a one-time password. Think of it as that way, to put it brief.
Oh, okay.
Least privilege. I mean, that's pretty much within the name, right? We don't have to go too in depth with that. Role-based awareness training.
Nah, nah. It doesn't even fit into the scope of the question.
Yeah.
Exactly. So separation of duties, you know about
Nope.
that. That's pretty much within the name as well.
Yep.
Job rotation. I mean, come on. We all know what job
Nah.
rotation is. And then a smart card. What do you think this is going to be, Banana?
Just,
You got
Uh,
this.
Let me give you just a small hint. In the question itself, they have given you additional authentication controls. So that's the major keyword here.
I gave
yeah.
him the
Well,
biggest hint.
wait.
The TOTP, just knowing what TOTP is. I mean, everything else is like a self-explanatory,
What
right?
did you say TOTP was again?
It's
Oh yeah,
it's
one-time
basically
password.
yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a one-time password, but it just expires after a minute. So let's say like you're doing a credit card transaction and you get an OTP in your phone, right? It will have an expiry of like 1 minute or 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes you cannot use the same OTP code. So that's what the
Yeah, yeah.
OTP is all about.
Oh, yeah. I know what an OTP is. I was just,
Yeah,
yeah. I wasn't thinking because it
it's
came from.
it's time-based OTP. That's the full abbreviation of that. That's it.
Okay. Um, additional authentication. So yeah, I guess A and F.
So
Yeah.
the important thing about this question as well is a security admin is adding additional authentication. So there's so much a security admin can do in their like sort of jurisdiction per se, right? Like there's only so much power a security admin can do when it comes to changing the infra. So keep that in mind as well when you're answering this question.
Yeah, and like even though most of the questions would start with security admin, for this question, I would suggest you to look in the keyword as the additional authentication controls. So except A and F, none of these options given has to do with authentication at all, because least privilege is like you have to stop some fraud from occurring, and same with goes with the separation of duties, and job readiness is something that you want to avoid any fraud that's happening. So B, C, D, and E is basically okay. Rule out C. I'm not talking about C. B, D, E is something that's talking about stopping a fraud from occurring. So that's what basically it is. They don't have anything to do with authentication controls.
Yeah, and I know least privilege because that was part of the thing in course that I remember. Yeah, role-based awareness training, like you said, it's not even the scope of the question. Separation of duties is not about authentication. Yeah, it's job location. Yeah.
Okay, I
All
can do
right.
one last question before go to college. So yeah.
And
Wait, what?
but just to
I'm like, huh?
elaborate a little bit more on what I mentioned too, security admins basically having limited authentication controls. Although that's generally true, just so you know, it's generally true, but it's not true in every single establishment, right? You may
Yeah.
find some establishment where security admins have more power, and I mean that's another conversation for another day. But generally speaking, yeah, there's only so much they can do when it comes to you know, infra. Okay.
Hmm. All right.
Yep. My last question of the day, question 33.
Okay, then you handle this question then. Let's do it clean.
Um, okay. A network admin would like each user to authenticate with their personal name and password when connecting to the company's wireless network. So company's wireless network. So which means it's an enterprise authentication. Which of the following should be the network admin config on the wireless access point? I got the answer anyways. So if anyone's gonna give an attempt, go ahead.
Okay. Fuck. I'm trying to remember what 802 like just so I can narrow it down. What
It's
802.1x was because we were
basically it's like it's a web server encryption
perfect.
per se, right? So
Yeah, right.
For yeah, for like usernames and passwords on a web server.
Okay.
That's the answer
um,
then.
yeah.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Did I just? I wasn't even paying attention. Did I just spell the? Oh,
It's
I
all right.
did. Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, here's the
Okay. It's
thing. I
fine.
knew it wasn't
Oh shit!
WPA2 AES or I knew it wasn't A or D because
I
those are
just
both
realized.
the
My bad.
encryption and fucking whatever.
I autopiloted, bro.
Okay.
I just zoned out. I absolutely zoned out. I was on my phone, and I was
No,
multitasking.
there
Yeah.
actually there's no other way to explain what's a not 2.1x
Yeah,
is
but
because
I probably wouldn't have just explained it to him though if I knew. My bad.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's nothing like because they gave the hint it's a company's wireless network. So WPA2 PSK stands for personal, which means that your home Wi-Fi like that stuff. 8.2.1x also got another abbreviation as WPA3 enterprise. So since we are talking about an enterprise level network, 802.1x would be correct. And it's also one of the authentication methods where you would give your personal username and password.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
really yeah. That was a good breakdown. Really good. So did you hear
Yep.
that right? So that's like so it goes WEP into WPA2 into A02.
WPA3. Yeah.
Yeah, and WPA3 is what?
The what?
Like what is
But it,
WPA3? You got it. What is it?
oh, it's a security protocol, but it's
No,
like
no, no, no. As in like
or,
what is it also known as?
What? WPA3 is what also known as?
A02.1x.
oh, I didn't know
No,
that.
no. WPA3 PS actually WPA3 has two divisions. One is PSK and Enterprise. We only call WPA3 Enterprise as 802.1x. WPA3 PSK doesn't come into the domain of 802.1x.
No, I'm not talking about PSK. I'm talking about A02.1.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. And then WPS is fucking.
Wi-Fi?
That's like how you actually like you can easily connect your shit to the Wi-Fi router by just like clicking the button and putting a pin.
Yeah, if you have used an extension card or say an wireless extension device, during that setup you would have came across the WPS because it would say that press the WPS button for 2 seconds and hold till your the extension card receives the signals like that.
Yeah, I'm just yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, was that your last one, King?
Yeah. I got time for college,
You know you
so.
want to do another one.
Yeah, I definitely want another one, but I just don't know. I have already taken a lot of leave for the Security Plus, so I thought of taking leave today, but they would definitely kill me because it would be my second leave if I take it today
Oh,
for the week.
yeah,
For the week. For the
yeah,
entire semester, I think I would have taken somewhat like it's been only 1 month since my college started, and I have already taken some 4 to 5 days of leave, so they would definitely kill me.
No,
Hmm.
no, no, dude. I hear you. Don't yeah, don't
Yeah.
do that. Okay, just say the
Yeah.
answer then here.
Me?
Yep.
What the hell is this? Needs to identify all reference to a JavaScript
That's
file
why
in
he wanted to
HTML.
leave. He was scared of this question.
No. I found it. I found it. Don't worry. Okay, so what they say is that they need the raw source of the web page. For that, I will use the curl command. And since I have to search through the file, I will use the grep command. That's it.
So yeah, so curl pulls it, grep views it. Think of it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Good.
Okay. See
All
ya.
right.
Bye
See you,
bye.
King. I'll see you later. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
All right. Yeah, I was checking. I just checked out your fitness page or whatever.
Sorry.
We're currently doing.
Oh yeah. What do you think? Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah. What? How long you been working out?
Oh man, dude. How
I
long?
love the dog. It's a cute dog.
Huh?
So I love your
Oh.
dog. It's
Oh
cute.
yeah, dude. Yeah. That's the boy that's sick. um Yeah, I gotta start making more content or more fitness content.
Yeah.
It's
How
always
long have you
fun.
been working out?
Since like 2019.
Oh, 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is that, yeah. I got into like the fitness space a little bit before I even like started working out, just due to the fact that I used to sell. You know what SARMs are?
Yeah, I know what sums are.
Yeah. If I still have my webpage up, I had affiliate links for that stuff.
Fucking selling SARMs, dude. How the hell did you even getting like? How does hell someone like you get like SARMs, bro?
Bro, get a lot more than SARMs, bro.
Oh my god, yo, dude, we're streaming, dude. We're streaming, bro.
And- just kidding.
Wait,
In Minecraft,
in
obviously, and
Minecraft,
it's
dude. In
all
Minecraft.
lab tested. It's all for
Uh,
lab rats.
in Minecraft. In Minecraft. Are you comfortable with telling me whether or not you juice on a live stream?
Yeah, I don't care about that. No, I don't juice.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, way too young. Way too young.
Nice. That's smart, dude. See what
Yeah,
your genetics can, see where it can get you naturally. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know that. Okay. So as he said, it's krill, grep, cool. We'll move on. We'll look at these to kind of give more in depth on what these are or what they do.
Yeah. Oh,
Did
yeah.
you
Potato,
did you want to
your
read it? Yeah.
file. I know MFers, scanless, or not know what scanless was. Head. Yeah, I know head. Yeah, I know tail and head just because it was Linux. Wait, scroll down a bit. Isn't there more? Isn't
There
there?
you go.
Oh, wait, no. There's not. Oh, yeah, never mind. Sorry, no, there's not. There you go. Scroll up. Yeah. I forgot about that. Holy shit. Um. Okay. Yeah.
What's that?
Yep. So the real question is, obviously, now that you show me your fitness page, how much do you bet?
Oh, dude, I got you. So my peak was 350,
Oh,
and
nice.
right now, currently, I could like rep 315 for like maybe 3.
315, you said?
Yeah, I stopped
Oh,
going to
yeah.
the gym. I'm not as big as I used to be. I'm not in my prime. My prime was like 2021. That was like my
Oh,
prime where
yeah.
I was. But I ended up getting sick with COVID really bad, and um, I took a break out of the gym, and then that break turned into me not going at all, and me not going all. Just I lost all my gains, bro, and it's just.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, like I became inconsistent, right? Like it's always been like increments where I'd go to the gym and then stop for a while, go to the gym, stop for a while. But it all started because of COVID. Like ever since I got sick, like once that like my whole fucking rhythm was shot, it's just been shot ever since. But
Yeah. Did you get that long COVID shit or whatever it's called?
I was sick with COVID for 2 weeks. I will
Oh,
say,
okay.
dude,
Well, like, I
COVID.
mean, like,
Yeah, go ahead.
long-lasting effects after the initial, like, infection or whatever.
Oh yeah, right. So like that mental fog, yeah, bro. I had that mental fog like even after I was like, it was weird. Like it felt like I definitely didn't feel 100% for a very very long time. Even after I was quote unquote like cured or
Yeah, I was
recovered.
really paranoid about COVID when it first came out. So I like whenever I first got it, like like I had angiotensin receptor blockers, I had methylene blue, I had ivermectin. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of people were thinking COVID was bullshit. Even I was thinking it's COVID bullshit. I didn't catch it for like a whole like damn near year or two. From
Yeah,
when it
well,
like
yeah, I thought it was.
from when it debuted.
I thought it was kind of well. I thought because I knew about like there was this one point where I was interested in virology, so I already knew about coronaviruses, and I just thought it was some mutated strain that is just like something like the flu, and they're fucking making a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
But
But no, man, it exists. I think
yeah,
I've never been.
just had it 2 weeks ago actually.
You COVID?
Yeah, third time. It doesn't affect me. The first time I felt sick for a good 3 days or so, and I recovered. My friend got it. I recovered way faster than him. Which the funny thing, we were kind of like trying to see like if I would recover faster or not, taking those drugs versus him just sitting in bed.
Bro, I hope I
Um,
never fucking catch COVID again.
yeah, But then after that, I just get like I'm drowsy for a day, and that's it. The last 2 times.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, my father, who's 71 years old, I accidentally gave it to him this time, so he was out for
Oh
like a good
man, I can
week.
only
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
But he's good
It
now,
was
right?
just, yeah. Oh yeah, he's perfectly fine now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Should we knock out like 2 more questions and call it?
Sure.
Okay. Remote user has received a text message requesting login details to the corporate VPN server, which is following best describes this message. So a remote user has received a text message requesting login details to the corporate VPN server. Okay, this is a
Okay, I know what this is. I
oh
hope I know what this
a
is.
text message. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, then I definitely know what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you said that, emphasizing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smishing.
did you guys go ahead? Yeah, smishing. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Department store policy require you go for it.
Okay, so the department store policy requires that a floor manager approves each transaction when a gift certificate is used for payment. The security team has found that some of these transactions has been processed without the approval of a manager. Which of the following would provide a separation of duties to enforce this store policy? Oh fuck! I gotta reread this now because I swear if I read it out loud, I don't process the information.
No, I'm honestly the exact same way.
Yeah. Is that a charger? Is that a V8 I just heard?
I think so. Someone in the neighborhood. Sound like one.
Gift certificate. Hmm. Um. Oh yeah, this is easy. I think. Yeah. Okay. Do you have your answer?
Let me see. Department policy requires a floor manager that a floor manager approves each transaction when a gift certificate is used for a payment. The security team has found some of these transactions processed without the approval of a manager. Okay. Which is the phone? Yeah, I have my answer.
Yeah. D.
Required an approval pin for cashier and separate. Okay. Yeah.
What do you pick?
Yeah.
You pick D as well.
Yeah, because implementing a discretionary access control policy, I mean that is
That's
it's irrelevant. Like a DAC is only for like owners, right? It's for like they wouldn't even be able to like implement it to begin with. And
yeah. Well,
even implementing
when I
it
saw
is
it, I thought it was like between like persons or whatever.
the only people that can implement such a thing are the owners of the store, and this is talking about like the floor manager, not the owner. So that's
Okay.
already a trick question. Disable all gift certificate transactions for cashiers. I mean, the issue here isn't to negate
Yes.
their power. It's just more as they want to sort of coexist. Like the manager wants to coexist with. They want to work with, right? Not get rid of.
Yeah.
And then use a WAF to monitor all gift certificate transactions. And a WAF is a website. A
Yeah.
website.
And also, oh, sorry.
What is that? What is a WAF again? Website firewall. Website
Wireless
wireless.
access firewall. No,
Yeah, wireless access firewall to monitor all gift. I mean, a WAF is just monitoring. That's not stopping, right?
oh no,
So
I just said that. Is that the actual definition? Oh, web application firewall is what it is.
yeah. So yeah, D
Okay.
is the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not a WAF because it's not based on a web application. And if they monitored it, well, I mean, maybe it is, but even it, well, yeah, like we said earlier, you're just gonna sit there and watch it happen, like, and then B, right? It's not B because it's the manager's supposed to approve it, not go through with the whole transaction. If you disable it for them, the manager would have to do everything. It's just about approval. And then yeah, like you said with C,
Yeah,
and then D.
because there's so many different things that we could do. We could turn it off completely. We could do anything, and there's no right or wrong answer in this situation. It's just more as like, what does the context want? And like that last sentence says, which of the following would provide a separation of duties to enforce this store policy? Well, the only thing that's going to provide a separation of duty is D, as well as to enforce this, as well as to enforce a store policy, and that's also D. So
Yeah. Also picked that because I worked for a week as a cashier.
yeah, there you go.
Had to do that.
Okay, that's all there is to it. I'm gonna